Hey guys, this is Bart Hanson for CrushLivePoker.com, and I want to take a look here at a hand that was quite incredible that was played on a recent live stream from Jacksonville Best Bet. Jacksonville Best Bet's actually been streaming live cash games for many years, and the GM over there actually asked me to take a look at this hand, Jesse Hollander, and it was really, really something. It was incredible. Now, we had just seen, I would say maybe a few weeks ago, set over set over set on this stream, and this is really one of the more incredible matchups that I've actually ever seen. So it's a 2-5, sort of loose, deep, live, no-limit game, and everyone's fairly deep in this hand, everyone with over $1,000 stacks. And we first have an open here from under the gun, which is a little bit of a light open here with 5-6 of hearts. We're going to get a light flat call in the cutoff with Jack-10 offsuit as well. And then we're going to have something fairly peculiar happen in the fact that pocket nines here in the small blind is going to make a very, very small 3-bet to 55. I mean, it went 20 call. Usually you'd want to make that probably at least 100 from out of position. He chooses to only go just under 3x to 55. That causes the big blind to flat call with pocket fours. And this is something that you really want to avoid if you are trying to clean up your preflop game, because the raising is, of course, still open. So the initial raiser from under the gun still has the option to 4-bet, and you'll see quite a few aware players actually put in a light 4-bet in a given scenario if you do flat 3 bets from in between. That doesn't happen in this particular case. 5-6 suited just calls. That also causes the Jack-10 offsuit to call, and then we go to the flop.
So we got a 3-bet here from Ricky. We know Ricky can be 3-betting very light. And then, you get that moment where he 3-bets and he flops top set, and Dave has bottom set. Big pot time. We're going to play a big one, boys and girls.
Now, this is quite an incredible flop here. It's set over set. Now, remember, the 3-better is the gentleman in the small blind with pocket nines. For some reason, he actually decides to check the flop here. This is something that I probably wouldn't do 4 ways. If I wanted to sort of do a form of slow playing, I would probably just bet really, really small here. It's just one of these things where if he just suddenly decides to wake up later on, something would kind of seem a little bit up. Now, with that being said, because he has top side, he sort of covers the board. And a lot of people, can't have top pair, but it is a rainbow board. So there are several straight draws out here. In this case, we can see that 5-6 is open-ended and Jack-10 is open-ended. So he decides to check, and pocket fours with bottom set. This is definitely a hand I'm not going to check. I'm going to start betting right away here with bottom set. Your hand needs probably just a tad of protection. You can get called by many, many different hands. A 9, a 7, you're not the pre-flop raiser. People are going to call you a little bit lighter. But he also decides to slow play. And then we get over the 5-6, who is the original opener. He checks, doesn't bet his open-ended with a backdoor. And then Jack-10 offsuit also checks, which is a gut shot here to an 8. So that takes us to the turn.
We're going to play a big one, boys and girls. Oh, we're going to play a big one. Brooks turns the straight. Is that right? Am I getting that right? Hold up, guys. Top set versus bottom straight versus top straight. Hold up. Hold up. Hold on a minute. We're going to play a real big one. Did I get that right, guys? Did I get that right? Top set, bottom straight, top straight. Is this right? Is this happening in real time? Holy cow, we're gonna hit the whatever the over is on the hand, it's happening right now. And Jeff is licking. I don't even know. I don't know what he's licking. He's just in such a good position with the nuts. And you got a bet of 175 and 2 calls behind. Oh my God. Jeff, don't just call this, buddy. Oh, yes, he raises. Oh, let me move my mic away, guys. Hold on. I'm going to get a little hype here. Get a little hype. Hold up. He's going to raise it to 600. Somebody needs to clip this. This is hand of the week, guys. Holy. You know what? I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to let the hand, for once, I'm going to let the hand play through just table volume so we can all listen to this insaneness. Don't worry, guys. I'm here. I'm here. We're just letting this play out. I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm sitting right in front of the screen, but I just want the table volume to pick up all of this. This is insane. I don't even know what the odds of all these hands being in at one time are, but this is insane.
Oh, it's not over? Oh, never mind. You walked out last one.
Got the boss in the chat. Boss, this is a massive hand. Boss, we got top set versus bottom set versus bottom straight versus top straight. Pair the board on the river. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we do run it more than once at Best Bet, just not in this game. This game is the stakes are too low in this game to run it more than once. When you crank up the stakes just a bit more to a time rate game, we do run it more than once, but not in this game. So this is running once only. Jesse the boss lurking for the best hand of the night so far. Crazy stuff. We have some crazy hands so far.
The words I've been saying, I had to turn the mic off. I can't believe it. He calls, and Jeff is snap calling.
Yeah.
And of course, the 8 comes here on the turn, which is just an absolute incredible, incredible action card, because now we have 2 players with straight, and of course, we still have set over set. So we've got set over straight versus straight. Jack 10 being the nuts, 5-6 being the third nuts, but you don't really expect anyone to be in there with 10-6, you know, in a 3-bet pot. In essence, it's the second nuts here. And now pocket nines comes out and basically leads for 175. So it's really strange to have a guy 3-bet pre, check the flop, and now fire out, you know, like he's very, very strong. Pocket 4 is in the interesting scenario here too, where you don't really see people behind show a lot of interest in this particular spot. I would have bet on the flop, and I would seriously consider raising here as the board sort of gets more draw heavy. But he chooses once again to just call. And here with 5-6 of hearts, the original opener, I am absolutely raising here because of the wetness of the board. And there really aren't a ton of clean river cards. You want to get your value now. You've got the pre-flop 3-better, you know, basically leading out for 175 and a call. I want to get as much money in here as possible. But he also just calls. He also chooses just a call. And now we get over to the guy holding the nuts here in the cutoff with Jack 10, 175 call. Of course you want to raise here, and he does put in the raise. He makes it 500. I might have gone a little bit larger, but he does have the nuts. He's got the nuts straight again. You know, we want to look at to see if like how many clean river cards are going to come out. Now this is really, really where it gets interesting here. For pocket nines, you check the flop as the pre-flop 3-better, and now you're betting out. Now remember, you block most of the top pairs, which means that you're going to block most of, say, like the top 2 pairs. Call, and now this guy raises here. I would be very, very concerned about a straight. This is one of these things here in Texas Hold'em. When you flop a set and a draw comes in and someone starts putting pressure on you, specifically with top set, you have to understand that there are a fair amount of combinations of straights, especially in this case, if someone is playing, say, like a Jack 10 offsuit for a raise. I mean, you're looking at 16 combos of Jack 10, some combos of 5-6 suited, but more importantly, when somebody raises here on this turn and you block the possibility of, say, top 2 pair, top and middle pair, I would start to get very, very concerned. This is one of these scenarios where when you do flop top set on the flop, and then a draw completing card comes in on the turn because you're blocking all of the strong hands, that's going to skew your opponents towards having draws. For me, I would just call here. This guy chooses to rejam basically, or jam all in. And I think that that's a little bit of an overplay. I really would call, see what would happen behind me, see how the river would develop. And if I didn't say pair the board and it wasn't a one-liner to a straight, maybe I would check call the river. Maybe the guy has a lower set and he's value owning himself. In this case, I just think that you are opening yourself up way too much to the possibility of straights. Now this is over to like the most important sort of decision, or the hardest decision in the hand, the guy with pocket fours. He's looking at bottom set, and now there are 3 consecutive straight cards out there, which means there's going to be 3 combinations of straights out there. And then, of course, his opponents could have 3 higher sets here. So you've got the pre-flop 3-better betting the flop, call, and then somebody raising in the cutoff, and then the 3-better jamming. Unless the guy is entirely clueless, it certainly is not out of the realm of possibility that you could be oversetted here. And I would be very concerned with the field caller also having a straight. So if the 3-better has a higher set than you and somebody else has a straight, you're basically drawing dead. You're drawing to 1 out here. So I know it's very, very difficult to obviously fold sets, but the times to do it is when you have bottom set and there is the possibility of a straight out here. He thinks about it for a while, and you got to give this guy credit. He makes the laydown. Now over to the 5-6 of hearts. This is just basically an impossible spot given the action. I'm going broke here. There's absolutely no way I think that you can fold. If someone's got Jack 10, someone's got Jack 10 here. We don't think it's really the pre-flop 3-better. I think that if he were to 3-bet Jack 10 pre-flop, we would see, somewhat of a frequency of him c-betting the flop with 2 overs and a gut shot. So, I think that we have the pre-flop 3-better beaten here. But of course, there's always the concern that the guy in the cutoff might have a higher straight, but he could also be slow playing a set and overplaying something. There's just no way you're going to be able to get away from 5-6 in the spot. I'm putting my money in here. And then you get over back to the guy sitting there with the nuts, and you raised on the turn. This guy went all in. This guy went all in. It's just a beautiful spot here. Of course, you're going to get all your money in, and you expect to win a huge, huge pot, almost $4,500. All he has to do, of course, is dodge the board pairing. And because we know what was out there, we've got set over set. So 4 of the board pairing cards are basically dead, with 1 card to come.
I'm going to say it a couple more times.
What if a 4 hits this river?
If a 4 hits the river, Dave will cut the table in half. Dave will cut the table in half.
Yeah, snap call with the nuts. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, come again.
He's sitting there like, what is happening?
He can't believe it.
You had set up 4s?
Pocket 4s, yeah.
He said he had a set of 4s.
So 12-6.
Yeah, if a 4 comes on this river, this guy's going to need an ambulance.
Yeah, 100%. I'll call them myself. I'll put the call in. I'll go get the ambulance, and I'll drive it here.
All right, and then you got
Here's the river. Oh, it paired the board! It paired the board, Ricky Scoops!
Oh
my God!
Look at Jeff. Look at Jeff.
He can't believe it! Oh my God!
And of course, it comes, and pocket 9s just absolutely wins a monster pot. That was really a great hand. Jacksonville Best Bet streams live cash games several times a week, and you can check out their YouTube over at BestBetLive. If you like what you've seen here, please hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this call-in hand, hit the like button down below. To check out CrushLivePoker.com, click on the link in the description. Use the code YTA300 to get the first 30 days for free.